Hello and welcome to Bible study with me, Christian Holm. And this is part number 10 in this Bible study series. The Bible study series that I have called the Recipe for Salvation Bible Teaching Series. And this is part number 10, like I said. And today I'm going to go through the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. In the last part number 9 in this Bible study series, I also went through the same verse, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. But I want to go through the same Bible verse today again, because I want to shine a new light on that same Bible verse from a different perspective this time. And if you are wondering, you that are listening and watching this video, if you are wondering which Bible translation I am using for this video, it is the New Revised Standard Version from American Bible Society. It is a quite easy to read translation, an English translation. Yeah. I start reading now the verse, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. And afterwards I will start to explain about this verse. I start reading now. No one can serve two masters, for a slave will either hate the one and love the other, or be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and wealth. Okay, the last word there in that Bible verse, wealth, as I explained in the previous video in part number 9, that word there for wealth is the either biblical Hebrew or the biblical Aramaic word mammon. And mammon means, it can mean gold, it can mean fortune, and it can mean wealth. And this is basically, if you are serving mammon, then you are serving yourself. You're being an egoist with your money. It can be that you are only providing for yourself and for your family, but everybody that is not your family, everybody that is not your closest friends and your family, I mean your bloodline family, I mean everybody that is not your close to you, your family or your closest friends, you just don't care about helping them. You don't, if you see a beggar in the street, you pass by them every time. If you you don't give to charity organizations, you don't give to the beggar in the street, you don't do something for someone else, helping someone, um, you're not generous with your money. You're just being egoist. You're just gathering treasures for yourself, earthly treasures. You're just gathering treasures for yourself, earthly treasures. You're gathering treasures on this earth. That is serving mammon. Perhaps you are giving to some charity organizations, but maybe the amount is so tiny every month, so it almost doesn't count. And and uh, and maybe you're even bragging about it. Oh, I give $50, $50 for example, every month to some charity, but then you're bragging about it to a lot of friends, and maybe even make social media posts about, oh, look at me, I'm giving. And then anyway, you're not gathering up treasures in heaven, you're gathering up treasures on earth, because you have already received your reward if you're bragging about it publicly. So serving mammon is about serving yourself, serving you, only giving to yourself and your own family, and those that maybe it's friends that belongs to your family also, your closest friends that can be also a part of your family. But the point is, if you only give to yourself and your family, then you're being an egoist. You're being a devil worshipper. In God's eyes, you are a devil worshipper. If you are only, like, you're working at your job, you're earning your money, you're paying your taxes, and then you give then you give everything to yourself and to your family. If you have a family, if you don't have a family, if you are single, you give everything to yourself. All your salary, you're spending it on yourself, so you can go on vacation, so you can buy expensive food, so you can, and maybe you're even doing things, foolish things like drinking alcohol or doing other things, maybe even taking drugs because you're depressed. And why are you depressed? You are depressed probably because you're not helping other people, because if you would have been helping other people, then you would not be depressed. So, and then because because you're depressed, you're taking drugs, and then drinking alcohol, and because you're drinking alcohol and taking drugs, you're becoming even more depressed. For example, I should just find the right page again in my Bible. Okay, so that is, that is serving mammon. Serving mammon is serving yourself, being that narcissist, being that egocentric piece of shit. That's my view. You're being that egocentric piece of shit when you're only thinking about yourself. When you, every time you see that beggar almost dying in the street and you just passed by them, that is that you are, as it says in the book of Proverbs in the Bible, you're shutting your ears for the cries of the poor. And that is a serious sin. And God is so angry about people serving themselves and not caring about other people. There's so many needs there. There are billions of poor people on this earth. And every day, I would guess that every day, every single day, millions of people are dying of starvation. There is a huge potential for rich people to help poor people. And there is a huge potential for rich people to be even more blessed if they would be helping poor people. Because who is the greatest giver? It is the poor person. The rich person gives first. But the poor person is giving more back to the rich person than what the rich person is giving to the poor person. Because the poor person most likely will become your friend for the rest of that person's life. I say it again. If you are rich and you are sharing your riches to a poor person or a poor family, that family or that poor person will most likely become your friend for the rest of your life or for the rest of that person's life. Think about that. It's not as easy as buying a friend. You cannot buy a friend. But I mean, over time, if you're helping one person or if you're helping a family consistently for a longer period of time, month after month, year after year, that person or that family will become a friend, most likely. And so there are actually bigger blessings back to the rich person for giving than it is for the poor person to be that receiver of the blessings from the rich person. But then that poor person will give something much more back to the rich person. I mean, that person will, the poor person will kind of invite you and let you become part of of that person's family. So like that you will become a close friend to that person, a close friend to that person's family, because you are helping. So this is, I can encourage you, if you are not helping poor people, if you are not helping a homeless person, or if you are not helping a beggar in the street, I can encourage you, focus on one person. You cannot help everybody, and maybe you're a billionaire so you can help many, but you can anyway not help all the billions of people in the world. So no one can help everybody, but everybody can help at least one person, at least to some extent. I mean, it's about your ability, of course. How much money you have, I mean, if you don't have so much, then you cannot help so much. But that you are helping something at least, and that will make a difference. In God's eyes, that will make a difference. He will reward you for what you're doing. So, okay, if I shall contrast it, I mean, serving God instead, that is like hating this self-serving, hating this spending money on yourself, hating spending money on yourself. That is so, and being happy with, okay, I have food, I have clothes, okay, I don't need so much more, I have a roof over my head. You will be more and more humble, more and more humble. The more and more you serve God, the more humble you will be. You will enjoy, you will be happy with less and less when you are serving God. Okay, that was the video for today. Bye.